All right, so we'll kick things off here on our video about planting fall potatoes in the south. And I'm just going to show you guys just real quick how I'm getting it set up and ready so that we can run through here and get these spuds in the ground pretty quick. So yeah, like I said, long and short of it, I'm gonna get a garden rake, knock the peaks off of all these hills, and then come back through it with a pointy hoe and cut a little furrow, and we're gonna get our seed potatoes in. Hopefully tonight. If not tonight, maybe first thing tomorrow, but I've got a big day of work tomorrow ahead of me on a bee removal, so I don't know if I wanna wake up and garden first thing and then have to load the truck and then go. I kind of want to just load the truck and go and get that bee removal done. Big old clod, yeah. So there's my old soil. This is what I tried to grow in my first year. Rock, basically. Okay, so I just want to show you guys this for the prep and the planning, discuss that soil a little bit. But we'll get the spuds in here and then I'll tell you when we're done. I went ahead and plowed extra. I do not believe 50 pounds of sweet potatoes is not, or 50 pounds of potatoes is not going to use all this up by any means, but I went ahead and plowed and left the hills, and I'm just going to go ahead and cover all that area with plastic and get it right back under plastic so it doesn't start growing up in weeds and losing moisture. But that way I'll have all this extra space that I've already got hills built. I can come through and plant whatever I want, you know. But I'm going to start over here closest to the tomatoes, start coming over with potatoes. It'll be interesting to see how the potatoes yield coming across that profile, to see if that soil is really any richer in nutrient or if it just looks a lot prettier. So anyway, that's your intro on the potatoes. We'll show you when it's done. So the spuds are going in the ground. Now you guys can get an idea of how I said I was going to do it. I came through with the rake and flattened off the top of the rows. You know, they make a really cool tool called a row hipper that pulls behind your tractor. I don't have one, so I just held it from both sides with a middle buster and then flattened it with a rake. It was pretty quick and really pretty enjoyable because the soil is nice and loose at this point. But then I come back through with the corner of my hoe and just dug a little furrow about 3 inches deep, just enough to lay the potatoes in. And now I've got my helpers hard at work. So the girls are out here helping. We've probably got half of them in already, close. We're putting them about, 10 to 12 inches on center, maybe a little tight. But the girls are doing it, and I'm trying to go back through behind them and check the spacing and kind of put them closer or further as needed. But we're going to go through and get them all set in here so I can check. And then we'll come back and cover them all up and throw the sprinkler on it.
Dad, do we have ice cream?
No ice cream. You'll have pink lemonade. That's a nice technique you got there, Kenzie. Meredith, you seem to have forgotten what you fought for. You threw a fit so you could have that row, and now you're not burying that row. Okay, maybe it's an ant.
Dad, look at that beautiful
All right,
spot.
we'll get the rest of them covered up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 rows. Generally 35 feet long, but I'm not worried about the footage, okay? We're gonna look purely at how many seeds did we plant and what was our total yield. I guess we will still try to consider footage a little bit based on that really rich soil versus here. Okay, so we'll still take that into consideration. So whatever number I just said, I don't remember, but I'll go back and watch the video. So we will remember that there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows of really good rich soil. 1, 2, 3, 4 rows, we'll say, in the transition. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows into the really light, lesser powdery soil, or more powdery soil. So we shall see what we end up with.